Top 10 things inside Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's $100 million mansion. Better known as The Rock, Dwayne Johnson is one of the highest paid actors in the world, with a current net worth estimated around $320 million, and still having several years ahead of him in the world of Hollywood. But even more impressive is the amount of expensive and luxurious things he has collected for his $100 million real estate empire, most of which we can only own in our dreams. Welcome to the Lavish List, your peek into the crazy life of the wealthy. If you're not subscribed, you're missing out. 10. The Iron Paradise, his gym. We all know that The Rock really enjoys wrestling and all things fitness involved, so it goes without saying that the first thing on today's list is his incredibly insane home gym, known as the Iron Paradise. The word home gym is kind of an understatement. One would expect a home gym to have a few machines and some outdoor space. The Rock has a full-blown gym that's most likely bigger than your local one. Now, at first glance, it's evident that this gym is out of this world. But what you forget is that it's attached to an absolute mansion, also owned by The Rock. Due to The Rock preferring bodybuilding type training, you won't find your usual functional fitness type of equipment. Many of the machines in this gym are made by StarTrack. StarTrack has been around for some time and specializes in spin bikes, as well as heavy-duty, made-for-commercial use gym equipment. Their equipment features oversized rollers, heavy weight stacks, and premium finishes. Another big piece of any gym, and especially The Rock's Iron Paradise, are dumbbells. The Rock has chosen some of the most popular and well-rated dumbbells available, which are made by Iron Grip. In addition to Iron Grip dumbbells, Iron Paradise is also filled to the brim with Iron Grip plates. As for the cost, we give it at least $500,000 for all these premium machines, dumbbells, and top-notch equipment. But when you're a professional bodybuilder and wrestler like The Rock, that's not really much money for your own personal gym, is it? 9. Rolex Collection. Another expensive thing owned by The Rock is his Rolex collection. As with most professional celebrities, The Rock can't just live with one Rolex. He has a whole collection of them. Turns out that as he began as a poor man, being able to buy a Rolex was a major deal with him. His first Rolex cost him $35,000 back during his wrestling times. But what most people don't know is that he had worn a fake one for years. He wore it as a reminder to get himself to a point where he could afford one for himself. And he keeps his extensive watch collection inside the safe walls of his $100 million mansion. 8. Rolls-Royce Wraith. After gym equipment and watches, what's the next thing on the list? A collection of luxury cars, of course. Well, it's more like a small fleet when you think about it. One of his most notorious cars is his Rolls-Royce Wraith. Widely considered one of the finest and most luxurious automobiles in the world. It is believed that The Rock can bench press 425 pounds, and that's nearly as impressive as the 624 horsepower that the Wraith is capable of, thanks to its monstrous V12 engine. The Rock has been spotted numerous times around Hollywood and on movie sets driving around in this stunning automobile. The Wraith is surprisingly affordable for a Rolls. Its price tag is about $317,000 according to Car and Driver, so that's actually quite hefty for a car. 7. Charlottesville Farm. Did you also know that among his massive real estate empire, The Rock has also purchased a Virginia farm just outside of Charlottesville? When you have such an incredibly busy lifestyle, you need to find some place to unwind, relax, and enjoy the wonders of Mother Nature. And that's kind of what he was thinking when he purchased this farm. This incredible property also has many horses, which he obviously enjoys riding to spend his free time. 6. Ferrari LaFerrari. The Rock's next luxury automobile powerhouse is his Ferrari LaFerrari, which strangely enough he can't even fit in because he's The Rock. We just have to wonder why he collects these cars if he can't even use them. But I guess spending $300,000 on a luxury car to serve as decoration must be worthless when you're worth 30 times that. LaFerrari, the flagship hypercar of the world-famous Italian manufacturer Ferrari, is also a part of The Rock's exotic car collection. The model that Superstar owns is a rare matte white LaFerrari that is powered by a 6.3-liter V12 engine that is capable of producing 950 brake horsepower. So, what do you think of these incredibly expensive things owned by The Rock so far? Would you like to ever be able to purchase any of these on your own? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure to stay until the end to find out which one is the most surprising item owned by The Rock. 5. Private jet. Being a busy celebrity means that making airport lines is something of the past, and Dwayne Johnson knows this very well. When he flies, he does it in a $65 million private jet, as reported by internal sources. Not only that, but he's taken care of by 2 flight attendants who make sure that he can focus on business and not on nonsense, making his flight as enjoyable as possible. That's the lavish lifestyle of Dwayne Johnson, everyone. A private jet with pilots looking after him during travels. And this thing's definitely expensive, as owning a private jet isn't just the initial purchase price of $65 million. He probably has to spend at least $10 million a year, or maybe even much more, due to insurance costs, paying the flight attendants and keeping things in order on top of giving his jet enough maintenance. That's why only the richest of the rich can afford a private jet, let alone maintain the investment with time. Luckily for him, The Rock isn't only worth a lot of money, but also makes a lot of money from movies. Gotta fly in style after all. 4. Porsche Panamera Mansory. Did you know that The Rock also owns one of the most exclusive Porsche models ever made? Well, he does. We're talking about his modified Porsche Panamera Mansory. One thing is to own a Panamera, and an even more impressive one is to own one of these babies, a luxury saloon car that would cause envy on anyone who watched him in it. And he can actually drive this one, so don't worry about that part. He could be seen posing sharply beside his car in an Instagram feature with a grey suit and a paisley tie that match the car's colors perfectly. Now that we've arrived to the top 3, stay until the end to find out how much The Rock's main house is worth. You'll be shocked only by the numbers, let alone the amount of rooms in it. 3. Ferrari 458 Italia. Come on, The Rock has so many cars that his mansion might as well be a car dealership instead of a home residence. What do you think? Among his other expensive purchases, he owns yet another Ferrari that's due to his enormous size he can just barely fit into. We're talking about a Ferrari 458 Italia, which, just so you know, has a starting price of around $245,000 and can even reach $300,000 in some countries. The engine of this car is a 4.5-liter naturally aspirated V8 with 562 horsepower and a top speed of 202 miles per hour. Definitely not the fastest Ferrari, and not even the fastest one owned by The Rock, but still faster than your car and my car too. It's a sad thing that, as with many of his other luxury sports cars, he can't even use it, and has to rely on his pickup truck. We first saw this car when The Rock posted it on Instagram. 2. Food. Seriously. Okay. Seriously, did you know that The Rock spends roughly $1,400 a year just on cod? No, we're not talking about Call of Duty here, we're talking literally about the fish. Despite it being one of the most affordable meals available for those who watch their nutrition, The Rock made cod the cornerstone and main building block of his diet, and with the nutritional benefits it offers anybody, we can't blame him for that. especially considering the insane amounts of food and protein he needs to keep his body top-notch. So besides buying a lot of cod, The Rock has to also buy a lot of food in general. Just follow him on social media and you'll have a better idea of just how much this man eats. Whether it's burgers, an entire batch of cookies in one go, a mountain of sushi, or even a whole double dozen of donuts, he eats in the extreme level. 1. Miami $4.5 million mansion. Let's also talk a bit about The Rock's uber-expensive real estate empire. Dwayne Johnson paid $3.4 million for a ranch property with 13,153 square foot that was previously owned by Vernon Carey, a Miami Dolphins player, with 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, a pool, a summer kitchen, and 2 3-car garages, 14-seat home theater. After flipping houses here and there for a few extra $1 million, he eventually signed a contract to purchase his giant $4.5 million Broward County house in Miami. The house was built in contemporary Mediterranean style, showcasing refined elegance amidst peaceful country surroundings. So, what do you think of all these things The Rock owns in his millionaire mansion? Which one of these impressed you the most? Or would you like to own for yourself? Let us know in the comments. Also, make sure to leave us a like, share this video with your friends, and also subscribe to our channel for more videos like today. We hope you enjoyed it and we'll see you next time.